This is Bob Maranto, managing partner of Andrews Bernstein Maranto, continuing a discussion of things you may see in your medical records if you've sustained a spinal injury in a motor vehicle accident or otherwise. We had talked about radiculopathy and the fact that doctors can test for that clinically, and also they can use what's called an EMG-NCV test. People then ask, hey, look, I'm still having problems down into my legs or arms. The EMG-NCV test came back negative. How can that be? There's another problem that people have, which is called myelopathy, which comes about as a result of the cord being compressed or if there's pressure on it. It can cause similar problems to radiculopathy. Now, there's no test like an EMG-NCV for myelopathy. The EMG-NCV test only tests these peripheral nerves. It cannot test the brain or the cord. So it's a very specific test. What happens sometimes is that doctors will do a thing called a Hoffman's test. The Hoffman's test is a clinical test where they'll actually take someone's hand and they'll either flick the finger or they will pop the finger and then measure to see if there's movement. Now, oftentimes there's an involuntary movement. I liken this to, many people were there when they had babies, and the doctor will take their finger or they'll take some type of object and scrape the bottom of the baby's foot. And when they scrape the bottom of the baby's foot, the foot automatically curls, right? That is a test to make sure that the body is reacting appropriately, that the signals are going from the foot up the spinal cord to the brain and back down. A normal response is that. This is similar, except we don't want the hand to curl. So when the Hoffman's test is being done, if your finger curls or moves at all, it's a positive test. And that's indicative clinically of the fact that there's a myelopathy, which means some type of a disturbance somewhere along the spinal cord, somewhere in the body. Then the MRI is used to confirm exactly where that problem is.